So welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and today's story comes from All-Star Comics number 9 from February-March 1942. Not my favorite cover. Presenting the Justice Society of America and another complete book-length adventure featuring all the members. Justice Society of America. Hemisphere defense is the keynote of this special meeting of the Justice Society of America. Called from their ever-alert battles against the criminals and the lawless, the members of the Justice Society rallied together for a patriotic meeting called by the Hawkman presiding chairman. The defenders of law and justice in their different localities are once more called upon to fight beneath the stars and stripes, unofficially, of course, ever since their great feat of ridding the United States of foreign spies and agents. The FBI chief in Washington has had his eye on them. Now, once again, he has summoned their aid. In the Justice Society club rooms, I asked you to come here early so that I could tell you we're expecting a visitor, a man who has done much for law and justice in the United States, the FBI chief from Washington. Golly, that's what I call an honor. It sure is. We've got to show him we appreciate it. There's a knock at the door. Maybe it's him. Gentlemen, the chief of the FBI. He has a few words to say to us. We want you to know we feel mighty good about this visit. Anything you want, just ask us. Thank you, gentlemen. I knew that that would be your reaction, and that's why I felt that you were the men to come to. I know you are all patriotic Americans, and I've come before you to ask you once again to serve your native land. Speaking for the boys, just you ask, and we'll swing into action. Right, you said it. That's fine, fine. Well, you cleaned up spies and fifth columnists in the United States. Now that we have closed all German and Italian consulates, our hemisphere is menaced more than ever in Central and South America and in Mexico by spies of the same totalitarian countries. We have to help our good neighbors to the south stop them, and we've got to. The United States cannot act officially for obvious diplomatic reasons. It might be construed as an act of oppression by the twisted minds of the foreign dictators. Yet those spies must be weeded out and overcome. That's where you come in. I get it. The Justice Society can go down there and help clean up those rats without involving the United States. We work undercover, and Uncle Sam can't be accused of interference. What a good idea. Johnny, let the chief do the talking. Oh, I didn't mean to be disrespectful. And you weren't, Johnny. You hit the nail right on the head. You said what I came to say, but you must remember the danger is great. And once you start on this job, I cannot help you. The Nazis and fascists have long tried to damage our friendly relations with South America by trickery and underhanded methods. They are attempting by means of lies to get a foothold on South American soil. And when Hitler is ready, it will become a stranglehold. Spies and saboteurs are pouring into Mexico from Manzanillo. Their objective is to get control of the southern Pacific of Mexico, a vital supply link railroad. They're also trying to foment revolution inside the governments that are friendly to us. Chile, extremely rich in nitrates that go to make gunpowder, is a hotbed of activity. In Argentina and Venezuela, raw materials and supplies that would feed and supply an invading army is high on the propaganda list. I understand all of you men, except Johnny, speak Spanish, which is the main language in these countries. The Brazilians, of course, speak Portuguese. I have sealed orders again for each of you. Tips as to where trouble is expected and how you may cope with it. These envelopes have the names of the various countries written on them. Take your choice. I'd like Mexico or Central America. Make mine Brazil. I'll take Chile. Hey, fellers, let's make the chief an associate member of the Justice Society. He sure is one man who does a lot for law and order. I'm for that, Johnny. So am I. And I. A swell idea. 3 cheers for the chief, a real patriot. Yahoo! Thanks, fellows. I've only been doing my job, but nonetheless I accept the honor, and I'll keep an eye on you, brother members, for you're fighting a real battle for America. With shouts of joy and anticipation, the members of the Justice Society enthusiastically take up the trail once more for America and democracy. What men, what patriotic Americans. All I do is ask them for help, and how they leap at the chance. Why, I almost feel sorry for the men they're going after. Almost. So they're not showing his face clearly. It's obvious that they're purposely avoiding it. So I'm going to assume that it is literally intended to be J. Edgar Hoover. He was the FBI director from 1924 to 1972 for almost 50 years. And I would say that he was a mixed bag. His main accomplishments during World War II were apparently overseeing the FBI's role in custodial detention of Japanese Americans, in other words, Japanese internment camps. Also, he was one who was doing all sorts of investigations in Hollywood, trying to root out communists. And he's been criticized for having the FBI agency grow significantly under his leadership. So, yeah, I mean, it's 1942, but he's definitely a mixed bag, like I said.